Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're thinking about buying a home, this is something you're going to want to tune into. Today we're going to talk about new construction versus resale. And I'm sure you've asked yourself this question. Should you go for something brand new or look at an existing home? It's a huge question, and today I want to break it down. My name is Kim Inocente. I'm a real estate agent with JohnHart here in Santa Clarita, and I've helped tons of people just like you navigate this decision. In fact, my husband and I have even been on both sides of the fence. We've owned two new construction homes, one in Lancaster and one right here in Santa Clarita, and our current home that we live in now is actually resale. So I have some firsthand experience with both. So let's start with new construction. What is the appeal? Well, everything is brand new, right? That's a big plus for a lot of people. And if you get in early enough in the building process, you might even have some say in the design and finishes. You can really make it your own. Plus, new homes come with warranties, which can save you money and stress down the line. We had a great 1 year warranty on our last new build, and the builder was really quick to fix any little thing that came up. We also benefited from extended warranties on the electrical and the roof, which gave us extra peace of mind. So, if you're looking for something with less immediate maintenance, new construction is definitely worth considering. And what's really interesting right now is that builders are offering some pretty sweet deals to attract buyers. I've seen things like cash towards upgrades or closing costs. For example, some builders are offering tens of thousands of dollars to help you out. You might even be able to use that money to buy down your interest rate, which could lower your monthly payments, which is definitely something to think about in today's market. On top of that, a lot of these new communities have awesome amenities like pools, clubhouses, parks. These things can really enhance your lifestyle. Now, of course, there are some things to think about with new construction. Some of the downsides people mention are potentially smaller yards and the homes being closer together. While we did eventually want more space and privacy personally, we did enjoy living in our new construction homes. It really came down to what's important to us at our stage of life. Back then, we valued low maintenance and being able to travel, where now we're enjoying the bigger yard for our family and my failed attempts at gardening. So it just really depends. So now let's talk about some resale. You might find resale for a bit less than a new build, but you could be facing some immediate projects. So you might need to update a bathroom or replace flooring, and those costs can add up. However, you often have more room to negotiate on the price, and you can tackle those projects over time and spread out the expenses. Plus, resale homes can offer more character and established neighborhoods. Here in our home, we've definitely been putting in some work, remodeling and adding things, and we see it as an investment since we plan to stay here for a really long time. Something else to keep in mind is that new homes are often more energy efficient. Here in Santa Clarita and really California overall, solar panels are pretty standard on new builds. So you usually have an option. You either buy them or lease them. Leasing can make the upfront cost lower. I've seen them around 175 plus a month. Some buyers prefer that, some buy them outright. Timelines are also a really big difference. So with resale, you're usually looking at closing in 30 to 60 days, but new construction can really vary. It depends on what stage of the building process they are in. So you could be waiting for almost a year for a pre-construction home if you chose something that's, not built at all yet, or if you find something that's finished, you might be able to move in within a month. Now, this is super important if you're considering new construction. Always bring your own real estate agent with you to the very first time you visit a new construction community. I'm going to say it again. Always bring your own real estate agent with you the very first time you visit a new construction community. The sales rep works for the builder, not for you. You want someone on your side who has a legal duty to act in your best interest. That's called a fiduciary duty. Again, that's not a slur. It's called a fiduciary duty. Your agent, be it myself or whoever else you pick, can help you navigate the contract, understand the incentives, and make sure you're getting the best deal. And speaking of agents, you might hear the term procuring cause come up. For you as a buyer, it is good to understand what this means, especially when you're working with a real estate agent and looking at different properties, including new construction. Procuring cause basically refers to the agent whose actions directly led to you, the buyer, purchasing a specific property. Think of it as who started the chain of events that resulted in the sale. Why is this important for you to know? Because it often determines which agent gets paid a commission. So if you start working with an agent and they show you a new construction community, for example, that agent is likely going to be considered the procuring cause if you end up buying a home in that community, even if you visit it again on your own later. So it's important to establish that relationship up front to avoid any confusion down the line. And speaking of incentives, some recent numbers really show what's happening with new construction. So in February 2025 of this year, over a quarter of builders in the country, 26% to be exact, actually cut their prices, and the average cut was 5%. Plus, almost 60% of builders were using other sales incentives to attract buyers. And breaking down those incentives even further, the most common one builders are offering right now is help with rate locks, buy downs, or below market rate originations, with 26% of them doing that. We're also seeing closing costs covered by 20% of builders and price cuts on existing inventory homes by 17%. Other popular incentives include free or discounted upgrades and cash for flexible spending. Even higher commissions for agents are being used to encourage sales. So this tells you that builders are definitely trying to make new construction an attractive option for buyers right now. So if you're trying to figure out whether new construction or resale is the right move for you, give me a call. As a realtor right here in Santa Clarita, I'm happy to chat about your goals and help you weigh the pros and cons based on my experience and education. My phone number is 661-618-2591. And if you're outside of my area but need a good agent, I can help you find one too. If you need some more information, like my license number, you want to get some more information on my website or anything like that, you can find it in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found some value in this, and take care.